So here we have the SRC-2 Sailing Timer. It's just been turned on, so it's in the ready mode. The main display shows you the sequence index, which sequence you have loaded for quick reference, and the smaller secondary display shows it cycles through the options that you have pre-selected. So here you can see that we're on a 5410 start sequence, which is loaded into memory 1 in the unit, and then we cycle through to the fleet item, which indicates how many fleets you expect to start in this race. And the reason that you can program that is so that the timer will stop triggering the horn after the preset number of fleets, so you don't have to have any manual intervention once the timer is set going. The third option that we have here is cycle through in a second, is a menu item which is in normal mode. Here means that it's just a standard typical handicap start with no special options selected. Typically you might have a team race option or a pursuit race option there, but for this demo we're just going to start a normal handicap start. So to change the start sequence from the home screen, just press menu. That then enables you to select your sequence. The index is shown on the top screen, and the sequence that's stored into that index is shown on the lower screen. So here we have a 5410 start selected. However, for this demo I want to choose a 3210 start. So scroll through to your desired start sequence, 3210, and then pressing menu proceeds to the next menu item, and that's it. You've selected your start sequence. To change the number of fleets is the next menu item from the start sequence, and you can just simply press plus or minus to scroll through however many starts that you want. This feature is really useful because it means that if you know that you're having 6 starts, it means you can pre-program that in the menu system, so that when the race officer comes to start the race, all they have to do is press start, and it will give you 6 starts, 6 flights or fleets. And it means that the horn will then be silenced after those 6 fleets, so there's no more user intervention after you've started that race. The third menu item is the option menu. For this demo we're just going to leave it on normal. I'll just quickly show the other 2 options that are programmed. So we have a pursuit, which would override the handicap start and give you a horn at the interval that you require. Anything between 15-second intervals and 200-second intervals. Or there's a university team race option, which will restart the countdown as soon as it gets to 0. So whichever start sequence you've selected, as soon as that gets to 0, it will restart. You then have the option during that countdown to press the menu button, and that will stop that current countdown, and then when you press the menu button again, it will restart it, so that you can accommodate any delays on the start line. For this demo though, we just want it on normal. And this is the last menu option, so we can press menu and it will return us to the home screen. So we have our race configured. We have a 3-2-1 go, 6 fleets altogether, and the option is just normal, i.e. no pursuit, starts or team races. Once that's set up, all we need to do is press start, and it begins at 4 minutes, On the 4 minute you won't get a horn, but you get an extra minute of preparation before you have to do anything with the flags. It just means that you're not pressing start and thinking about the flags and everything else all at the same time. So here we are counting down to our first horn activation at 3 minutes. The lower display shows you the fleet that is the next fleet to start, in this case fleet 1, because we're counting down. And in this particular countdown sequence there are 3 warning bleeps, which means that you get 3-second bleeps before the actual horn, just to give you time to or notice that the horn is about to blast. On the other start sequences the standard is 10 seconds. There you could hear the double bleep, which is an indicator saying that the race is about to start. So that double bleep happens before every single race start. And also you may have noticed the lower screen has changed from fleet 1 to fleet 2, indicating the next fleet to start is going to be fleet 2. So with all the fleets started and underway, we can imagine here that the race is about to finish, although there's only 16 minutes gone, but for this demo that's sufficient. So what we can do to finish a boat as it comes across the line is we can press the finish button, and that will record the finish time. On the lower display it shows the time including the hundredths of a second as well. And then you could see there briefly it would show the location of that finish time in the log. So as that was the first finish that we created, it was log number, index number 1. So we can go ahead and finish a few more. So we created 9 finishes there, and we finished on 17 minutes and exactly 2 seconds. You can use this button, the start finish button, to finish the boat, or alternatively you can use a handheld remote, which is simply a switch on the end of a cable, plugs into the side. And it allows you to keep a really good eye on the start line and press the button in your hand for more accurate finishing. So let's finish our last boat, number 12, and the finish time again is displayed in the low display. The finish time will stay there for 30 seconds to give you plenty of time to take a record of that if you want to maintain a paper backup system. So with our last boat finished, we can cancel this race. It's all over. To do that, press and hold the menu and log button for about 5 seconds, and it will return to the main menu, the home screen, if you like. Anytime that you see the 4 hyphens progress along the top screen, it's showing you that you've gone back to the home screen. So this is where we were at the start of the video, ready to start another race, and if the format was exactly the same, and it typically would be on a day, then to start another race all you have to do is press start and the whole thing would repeat. But we want to look at the log of the 12 boats that we finished in the previous race. So to do that, from the home screen we just press log, and we can see that we have the first log, and the last race is always log 1 and the oldest race is log 10. We can see we can now cycle through the finish times of all 12 boats. Gets to number 12 and it'll go back round to number 1, and there are 10 logs in total. So to cycle through the logs, you just keep pressing log. And these are previous races, previous times that have been finished in other races, not in this demonstration. And then to return to the menu, the home screen, just press menu. To extract all of the log in one go, and there could be quite a lot of race times because the log will hold over 1,300 finish times. All you have to do from the home screen is insert a USB stick into the USB socket on the side, and all those times will be automatically transferred across in a CSV file ready for you to modify or import into your own PC software.